Welcome back, everyone. We are out on the CBS 8 backlot and May, of course, Mental Health Awareness Month. And we're talking with Amanda Lee. You are working with Brain Balance to tell us about how kids can maybe improve their mental stamina, get focused, right? All the things that we might kind of forget about that kids need in the process, especially after, 2 years where some of those kids have been doing Zoom learning. It's something that we might have to jump back into, right?
That's right. And it's not just for kids, right? It's kids, teens, and adults. We're seeing a lot of folks, even before COVID, with anxiety and just challenges dealing with life. And it's definitely hard right now.
And the thing is, I mean, I feel like it's easy to say, well, kids get outside and they run around and they play, but there also seems to need to be a little bit of structure in that, right?
That's right. You have to be intentional with the things that you do if you want to train your brain to function better. And so Brain Balance, what we're all about is this non-medical, really active, intentional way of training your brain to, like you said, focus better, feel better, because the research shows how your brain connects is really critical for how we function in the world.
So maybe we can watch our kids in doing this process and learn a thing or two as well, right?
Yeah, again, lead by example. You really have to model, and that's true. We were talking about that this morning. Whether it's sleep or exercise, you have to lead by example.
And there's some tiers we can kind of go through, starting off with exercise, right?
That's right. So moving your body is the most powerful way to trigger the different billion-plus neurons in your brain. And when you move your body, you have to think about, again, the intentionality is not just, oh, go run around. Practice bilateral movements, things like jumping jacks, raise your heart rate. Just in the morning, if you can raise your heart rate just a few minutes, you can really elevate your mood and focus, and that's what I did this morning.
I would imagine, like, could getting kids in sports help out with that too?
Absolutely. Sports are great, but sports are not that easy for a lot of kids. So kids with neurodevelopmental challenges like what we see with sensory processing or ADHD, mood regulation, again, their brain's not quite connecting. So sports and the team dynamics, visual processing could be a lot for them, especially if they can't coordinate their body very well and balance very well.
I feel like, maybe years ago, kids with ADHD, it was commonly just thought of as, oh, they can't focus. I feel like now there's a more nuanced approach to how to handle that.
Absolutely. So a lot of times you're given accommodations, right? How do you give them extra time to do work? But what we try to do is get to the root of the issue, which again is the connections in the brain. And to build those connections, exercise, nutrition, sleep, less screen time, and just your mental thinking. A lot of times kids with ADHD and other challenges, it is a challenge, so mental health goes down too. So we have to boost their confidence and teach them that growth mindset as well.
Let's talk about nutrition. You got some examples of some healthy snacks, right?
Yeah, we really promote a low inflammation diet. You know, if you've never done an elimination diet, if you've never talked to your provider about this, it's something to consider, because you may be unaware that things like sugar, that's really key in
maybe some fruity pebbles in the morning, right?
Think about how you're fueling your body and your brain for the day, right? If you're filling it full of sugar, you're going to have that crash like we typically do. So protein, hydration, right? People forget about hydration too. Just water, pure water. That's mine today. It's really important.
And these are easy snacks. You buy them at the store. You can just throw them in the lunchbox. There's not really much preparation needed for some of these healthier, maybe more protein.
Exactly, because I know families are busy on the go, and there are alternatives. That's the thing. You don't have to think about a healthy diet as, oh, I can't eat this or that. There's always alternatives out there, and today we're so lucky in the grocery stores that have
so many options. Let's quickly touch on sleep, right? A very key aspect of this.
Yeah, people don't really consider sleep being part of the picture, but sleep is when your brain recovers and processes the information in the day. And so think about how much sleep your kiddo's getting. If you are someone who struggles with neurodevelopmental challenges, then you actually need more sleep than the average person, because you are working so much harder. And then I like to say, think of a go-to-bed alarm. We usually don't go to bed on time, but we sure try to wake up on time.
We wake up with an alarm.
Yeah, so weighted blankets, setting yourself the mood, less screen time, like I said, priming yourself for bed, and being comfortable, and even things like smells can help calm the body and brain, or the reverse, right, can help focus and alert. So think about how you're going to bed, how you're setting it up, and those routines, that structure and routine, that knowing what to anticipate too really helps the brain and your mood elevate, or stay stable.
We only have a few seconds left, but remind us you have some events coming up, right?
We do. So because of